रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट होनी है वहां से ही रिमोट जगह हो जाएगी तो अपने यहाँ से भी करनी है कर लेंगे यहाँ से हाँ दिख रहा है ये लाल रिकॉर्डिंग
I will admit all now.
यस ठीक है ना
अच्छा कंट्रोल
Oh, 1 minute and we'll start at 4:30 at dot.
ये शेयर करेंगे हाँ बस कुछ मतलब शो कर लिखे गए तो फिर भी तो
We'll start now. Good evening and welcome to the Jash Engineering Q3 FY23 earnings conference call. Before we proceed to the call, let me remind you that the discussion may contain forward-looking statements that may involve known or unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors. It must be viewed in conjunction with our business risk that will cause future result performance or achievement to differ significantly from what it is expressed or implied by such forward-looking statements. Please note that we have mailed the results and the same are available on the company's website. In case if you have not received the same, you can write to us and we will be happy to send over to you. To ask questions, please select the raise hand option. We will call out your name and then request you to unmute yourself and ask the question. Please note, the questions on the chat box will not be monitored on an active basis. To take us through the results and answer your questions today, we have the top management of Jash Engineering Limited, represented by Mr. Pratik Patel, Chairman and Managing Director, and Mr. Dharmendra Jain, Chief Financial Officer. We will start the call with a brief overview of the quarter gone past and then conduct a Q&A session. With that said, I will now hand over the call to Mr. Pratik Patel. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I thank you for spending your time and attending this investor meet. I would first like to go through a small presentation, which some of you must have seen before, and the new entrants would like to know more about the company. That's why we go through that presentation very briefly, and then I will go on to the financial results for the 9 months ending 31st December. As many of you know, we are a manufacturing company, not an EPC company. We manufacture equipment for water, wastewater treatment plant, conveyance, pumping station, etc. That also includes stormwater, raw water, and desalination. We are based in 4 countries. We have our manufacturing plants in America and in India. The Austrian plant has been closed. We have around 850 employees, and we are supplying our equipments to more than 40 countries worldwide. We are also approved by most of the authorities in these countries. It shows how the company has evaluated over a period of time. Today, based on the acquisitions which we have done, the company is on a very sound footing product-wise as well as market acceptance. Next. These are the acquisitions which we have done: SureSeal, Shivpal, Mar, and Rodney Hunt. And all these acquisitions have led to increasing the product bouquet which the company offers, as well as establishing ourselves into new markets. We have 5 plants presently, and combined turnover capability of these 5 plants is close to 500 crore. We are undertaking expansion in Unit 2 presently. Unit 3 expansion was done a few months back, and Unit 2 is now undergoing. And with these expansions, we are in a position to increase our turnover potential from 500 to 650 crore in coming years. We have invested in one of the best manufacturing facilities as well as capability in our line of business, and this would help the company in time to come. Most of the products which we make are for water and wastewater related industry, and water control gates, heavy fabricated gates. Next. Screening equipment, screening conveying equipment, next. And knife gate valves, special purpose valves, bulk solid handling valves. All these form bulk of our products. In addition to that, we also do process equipment, hydropower equipment, screw pumps, filtering equipment. And these are the new gen products, I would say. And with this, the company is today in a position to offer a wide range of equipment which none of our competitor can offer from a single source or single company. Our products are used in these applications in India as well as outside India. It is industrial as well as for municipal and for irrigation. For the 9 months ending 31st December, 46% of our business has come from water control gates, 30% of our business has come from the screening products, 15% business has come from valve, and 9% of our business has come from other miscellaneous product, which is process equipment as well as hydropower and pumping products. I'm glad to inform that when we embarked on our vision of becoming a global company, we had said that we will bring more than 65% of our revenue from outside India. Today, we are nearly in line with that. Of the total revenue of 233 crore rupees, 126 crore revenue is from outside India. We supply to projects in Europe, USA, Middle East, India, as well as Far and Southeast Asia. And in this screen, we have shown you the amount of business we are doing in various sectors of the world. We are approved by most of the clients and consultants in India as well as outside India. And this gives us a very strong strength of ensured business potential worldwide. Now coming to the financial performance of the company. First, I will go through the standalone for the 3 major revenue earning companies of the group. Jash Engineering Limited is the biggest company of the Jash Engineering, and it owns all the other companies. 100% subsidiaries are Shivpal as well as Rodney and Jash USA. Jash Engineering has improvement in its turnover as well as in its profit after tax. The profit after tax has improved significantly because of reduction in raw material as well as improved order intake of high value added products. In case of Shipar also, we have seen a significant improvement in turnover as well as in profitability. However, in Rodnian, the turnover did not grow as expected, even though we have a very high order book position in Rodnian. And as a result of that, we have had some increase in losses over last year, though they are minor, $0.2 million, but we are sure to overcome this since we expect in the last quarter to achieve revenue of more than $20 million. So from $12 million now, we expect to achieve more than $20 million by the end of this year. And once we do that, even Rodnian would be quite profitable. On the consolidated figures, we have had increase in revenue from 214 to 241, but this has resulted into improved gross profit margin as well as EBITDA margin and our profit before tax. So profit before tax and profit after tax has significantly improved. Along with other income, more than 22 crore has been our comprehensive income for the 9 months period. This is the consolidated income statement which shows quarter-wise performance as well as performance in ending 9 months. As you can say, our 9 month ending 31st December, our EPS has significantly improved, nearly double than what we had achieved last year same time. However, if our I think that's it. Coming to our business outlook, I am pleased to say that our order booking is quite strong. It is nearly 720 crore today, with 471 crore of orders outside India and 249 crores of orders within India. Considering the 2 subsidiaries which are our major contributor to the turnover, Rodnian also has a very good order book position, 269 crore. And Shipar has 12.47 crore order book position. Overall, I would say is that we have a very strong order book position, which should be able to get us through even over the next one financial year, 2023-24. And so I'm happy to note that the company is on a very strong footing now. We are not too much worried about the recession, so-called recession, which is expected globally because our order book position is sound. Our order pipeline also is quite strong. We have already negotiated orders for 33 crores and orders for around 25-26 crores are under final negotiation. These orders also we expect to be finalized within the next few weeks. And so we have a strong order book position backed by good order inflow in the coming months. We still maintain the same sales outlook which we had projected at the beginning of the year. We see some challenges in maintaining that, so it's possible that 430 crore may go down to 420 crore or so, but there should not be a major deviation in that. Coming to the developments, I would like to tell that the order book position of Rodnian today is close to $33 million. So even when we do close to $9 million in the next 3 months, we would still be having an pending order book position of $22 million plus few million which will be adding up in the current 2 months. In Rodnian, we have already bought the land in Houston and part payment has been given and all the payment will be made in March. The agreement with Invent of Germany has been finalized and I'll be going to Germany in the end of this week to sign the agreement and also to take this business forward. The work on new product plant at Unit 2 is progressing well and we will commission this in Q3 of this coming financial year. At the same time, in Shivpar, most of the approvals are in process. Some of the approvals we have already got. So once all the approvals are received, we'll float the tender for construction of the plant. This plant construction will be started in April 2023, and we hope to complete the plant by 2024 March. The company has also granted 2,45,600 options to the eligible employee under Jash scheme of 2019. With this grant, close to between 180 to 200 people in the company would be the shareholders. The staff of the company would be the shareholder, which augurs well for the company, because if the staff are committed and they see creation of wealth for themselves by better output and better vigilance in the company, it will benefit all shareholders. Next. I'm pleased to announce that the company has bagged an award, which is from an independent agency, ICAI, for excellence in financial reporting for financial year 21-22. And this was for companies having turnover less than 500 crore, and we got category 7 lakh award, and this is quite a prestigious thing for the company, because ICAI is a very renowned institute and of chartered accountants, and if they consider us as being good in financial reporting, then I would say that we are doing something good. During the 17th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas organized at Indore, the government of India had selected our plant after due diligence and visit by top Ministry of External Affairs people, that this is a company which should be showcased to the visitors. And in this progression, the president of Guyana visited our company. The foreign minister of Panama was also supposed to visit. However, she could not make it as she got delayed elsewhere. But the president visited, and Guyana is now looking forward to using our products for their energy needs, as well as because the country is low-lying and they need lot of gates and other equipments for sustenance. And someone from our US office will be visiting Guyana shortly to take this forward. In the end, I would like to say that we have had quite a healthy growth and improvement in numbers, all type of numbers, whether it is revenue, EBITDA, or profitability. The main reason for increase in profitability is better orders and high value addition orders, and also reduction in raw material prices. Though the raw material prices are still fluid, they are still varying, going up and down. But we have overcome whatever happened last year, and so in future I can assure you that we will be able to do better and better. Our subsidiary companies are also doing good, and we expect, as you all are aware, that Q4 is the year when we do most of our revenues. So in Jash as well as in our subsidiary companies, most of our revenues would be done in Q4, and on account of that, we are looking forward to really good improvement in our performance. I would like to state here that, as I said, the ICAI award which we have got shows that we have good governance, there are good reportings. It is part of our culture, and we continue to keep ourselves aligned with the best practices. If any of you feel that we should be doing something more, we are open to the suggestions, because I believe that the more transparent you are, more positive you are in your reporting, the shareholders as well as all the stakeholders are better placed position in our company. We do not want something like what has happened currently. We are all aware of what has happened, something like that would happen with us. And so we are very vigilant, and we will honor every of your wish to be more vigilant and more transparent. Finally, I would like to say that our domestic market is booming. It's very, very strong. It's something which I have not seen over last 7-8 years. Finally, it looks like the domestic market is also coming in line with the global market. So in years to come, we are looking at very strong domestic order book position, and this should propel the company along with our total export position, which also is becoming stronger and stronger. So I would say, as a result of the strong domestic market and our strong presence in global market, we are now on verge of further growth with increased profitability in years to come. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Gentle reminder to all the participants: to ask questions, please select the raise hand option. We will now wait for a moment until the question queue assembles. The first question is from Mr. Naveen. Naveen, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I want to congratulate the Jash team for winning the ICA award. My question is, I wanted to understand the competitive landscape in US in the wake of rising interest rates.
Sir, in US, rising interest rate does not only affect us, it affects all our competitors. So it's for us, it is not a very big issue. The rising interest rate definitely affects the execution of the projects because of the rising costs, some projects may get deferred or announced for execution later on, or some may slow down. But on an average, it is the same for everyone, not only for Rodney Hunt. So I would say that rising interest rate does not put us at a disadvantage vis-a-vis our competitor.
And in present, we don't have any loan in US, so there is no such burden on us. But if we take it, it will be equivalent to all others.
Yeah.
That's all.
My question was more in respect of the competitive landscape. Does it change because the US companies compared to us won't be that competitive?
No, there is no such change because when you supply from India to America, you are building up all the cost, and then on that they are adding up overhead and margins and then quoting. So I think it does not affect us much.
Okay. My second question is, I want to understand what is the finished goods inventory at the end of the 9 month. Are we sitting on a lot of finished goods inventory? Concerning our execution for the first 9 months?
Let me tell you, there were two things which I would like to explain here. One is finished good and one is goods which have been delivered but have not reached as per import terms. So we had delivered material worth 14 crores on 30 and 31st of December, which has not been considered in our revenue because they had not reached the site. In addition to that, I am talking of Jash Engineering standalone only. In addition to that, 19 crore worth of finished goods are lying at our plant duly inspected because of payment reason or because of clearances from the client to dispatch. So 19 plus 14, 33 crore is the amount of finished goods which are either ready in plant or in dispatch, under dispatch, which have left our plant and are on way to our client. This is standalone. The same position in Shivpad and Rodnian could be around another 6-7 crores.
So you also spoke about changing India landscape and telling that order book, you will see order book traction going forward. Is Could you speak more about that? Is it any particular municipality or across?
Across Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Bombay, Delhi, and Chennai. Kolkata is out. So these cities alone have announced so many projects, and the order execution, then the orders are being placed fast now because everyone knows the election is coming and they want to place the order so that then they don't get into this hold with the government, with the election commission places for placing orders before election. So as a result of that, we are seeing a huge traction in the domestic market, which I have not seen for last 15-20 years.
Is it possible to quantify approximately what would be the?
I believe the businesses that will get from all these projects which have been announced and which has been already ordered should be on an average 100 to 150% more than what was our domestic turnover in last few years.
Wow. Thank you, sir. That's all from my end. I'll get back in the queue.
Thank you, Naveen. A gentle reminder to all the participants to ask a question, please select the raise hand option. Next question is from Mr. Dilip. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Prateek, two questions. One is our pending orders outside US and India is around 200 crores. 270 from US and 470 total. This is a very large chunk. I have never seen in last 5-6 years such a big outside US and outside India. So can you give some color? How much is from Singapore and Hong Kong? And what is the, we have seen Singapore orders going forever, and so is Hong Kong. So give some color on the executability of this order. That's first question.
So can I answer the question by question?
Yeah,
Otherwise, it will be too many questions, I will forget. So let me just tell you here, from Singapore, we have around 100 crore worth of orders. The execution of those orders have started. This year, we would be supplying close to 10-15 crore worth of those orders. And in the next 2 years, all those orders would be executed for Singapore. Hong Kong is going very strong. All the orders in Hong Kong have been, are under execution. So there is no delay on Hong Kong. The good thing which has happened in Hong Kong is one of our competitors closed shop. So the orders which we lost in last 1 year, they have come back to us that whether we can give or not. So in Southeast Asia, we are still very strong and we are doing well. In US, what you saw order book position is shown separately for US. So Southeast Asia, Middle East and Europe together also has a very strong order book position, close to 150 crore.
Sure. That totals 200 crores actually in Europe, Southeast Asia, and Middle East.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, some is also from Africa and like that, and other countries. But yes, the total is 200 crore, of which Singapore is close to 100 crore, Hong Kong would be 30-40 crore, 20-30 crore would be some in Middle East, and 20-30 crore is in outside Middle, that is Europe and Africa and like that.
Sure. Sure. So that's good. So, so the second question is, so we are truly a international company now, across the globe. That's good.
2 more years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need 2 more years to be an international company, but we are reaching there.
Yeah. Yeah. Second question is, we had some issues regarding the size of balance sheet in US, Rodney Hunt. And I remember last quarter or last quarter, you were talking about a $20 million deal where we had to take a guarantee from a partner. So is that still a problem? Are we facing issues in bidding for large deals? And what is the way out?
If I'm able to sell the orange land, then I have a very good way out. But other than that, we are in talks with someone who is willing to fund us. And when I go to US next week, we'll be having final talks with him. So if he agrees to do what he has agreed already, then I think we have a way out.
Sure. Sure. So we are dependent on this monetizing the land in Orange, right?
But
Monetizing the land in Orange brings us enough surplus cash, surplus money, that we will not be dependent on anyone. However, for getting the bonding, we will still be dependent on someone because none of us are US citizens. So we'll be dependent on a US citizen. And one person has decided to come forward with giving his citizenship, social security number, etc., and also giving a bond based on our giving him some financial benefits.
Sure. Sure. Third question is regarding capacity. I know we are already in the middle of 23, and I think most of our investment cycles are over, right? We have already done whatever expansion we needed to do. So what is the next leg? If you are saying that we are going to get a large chunk of business from India in next 24 months, which essentially means what I understand, our capacity to produce is around 600 crores.
Is around 500 crore now. 2 plants we are building up, one in Unit 1 and one in Chennai. And with that, we will be reaching 650 crores.
Yeah, which unless it is proper, like finely balanced, and we have SEZs and domestic production. So is that going to be a constraint in next 2 years down the line?
No, fortunately, we have separate plants for domestic market and separate plants for export market. With this, the constraint is removed. Earlier, the constraint was export was being also produced partially in domestic market. So when the domestic market demand was there, either we have to give for export or for domestic, so we had to sacrifice one of the markets. Today, fortunately, we are not in that position.
Sure. Okay, thank you, Pratik.
Thank you, Didi. The next question is from Alisha. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Good evening.
Hi. So last quarter also you had highlighted that there was some delay in supplies at Rodney Hunt. The material was inspected, but I think the client didn't pick it up on time. This quarter also, to some extent, our consolidated revenues impacted because of Rodney Hunt. Is there a particular client issue that we're facing?
There is no client issue. The issue is related to Rodney, and 70% of its revenue comes from goods manufactured in India. And from sending from India to America now has become a very cumbersome thing. What used to reach America earlier in 45 to 50 days at site, today takes at least 3 weeks more. And as a result of that, we are not able to, like in the month of January itself, Rodney Hunt would be billing more than $3 million. So all that is on account of transshipment delays and shipment delays. The client issue is there, but it's very less. The shipment issue is a bigger worry.
Okay, sure. And how is the demand in the ex-US export market? You did mention that we already have order book in Singapore, Hong Kong, etc. But incrementally, and you did mention that domestic is looking strong. But how is the demand outside US in the other geographies looking?
So one of our biggest competitor in UK has shut down. I think we are the reason for it shutting down, closing down. And that increases for us potential everywhere. As I said yesterday, we got a letter from his agent in Hong Kong that would you be able to finish those projects? Would you be able to help us out and go out of this project, because we are now not going to get deliveries. So this would definitely help us in increasing our revenues everywhere in UK, in Middle East, as well as in Southeast Asia. That company used to do 14 to 15 million pounds, 150 crores approximately of revenue in water control games.
Okay, sure. And in a previous quarter, we'd also mentioned that we had some amount of, for lack of a better word, legacy orders where the margins were slightly lower because of the RM inflation and the time they were picked. What is the update on that? Is all of that executed, or can we expect some more pressure on
The
margins?
execution is now starting. We have not executed. The execution is now starting. But God has been great. So Indian rupee has depreciated enough to ensure that all those orders are now in profit. The raw material rates also have gone down, by the way, and dollar has appreciated. So at the end of the day, now we are back to square one and we are profitable.
So in this 700 crore odd order book that we are holding, you're saying there will be very limited, if any, margin impact because of any previous orders also.
As I said, the impact would be very minimal. One of the prime reasons would be that the rupee has depreciated. So when the raw materials started going up, the rupee also started going down. And as a result, we had reached a stage where we were still a little bit negative. But now the raw material rates have started going down and they have stabilized to a certain level. At this level, most of those orders are now profitable.
So we had an aspiration. Yeah, sorry.
Some immensely profitable, some less profitable, but most of the orders are now profitable.
Understood. So we had an aspiration to do 10% PAT margin in this year. We continue to believe that that will be achievable for this financial year, FY23.
I think so. We should be able to improve if all the deliveries takes place. See, now we have made a policy that if the client does not pay, we will not deliver the material just to get billing. So that may put a little bit spoke in our aspiration. But other than that, I would say there is nothing wrong as of today, which shows to less than 10% PAT.
More than.
We expect 11%, but let us keep our finger crossed. You are happy at 10 and I am also happy at 10.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Alisha. The next question is from Zakir Nasir. Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Mr. Zaki, I think he's not audible. We will take a next question from Mr. Nitin Dharmawat. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sir, you mentioned about the possibility of 650 crore revenue, okay, with some expansion that you mentioned. So this will be by which financial year you are considering?
Within 4 years' time.
4 years time. Got it. And that is 2027 financial year, you are saying?
25, 26.
25, 26.
Oh, okay, 26. So 3 years from now. Okay.
Yeah, so in 2027, definitely.
Got it. And this incremental revenue, because of the competitor shutting down in UK, have you included that as well in this, or that is not included in this 650 crore?
No accreditation because of any acquisition of someone who has closed down or someone who want to buy is not included.
Oh, got it.
Which
And,
is additional.
sorry, Dharmin sir, you were saying.
Additional, which is additional if we do anything about the acquisition or anything.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. I have only this many questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A gentle reminder to all the participants to ask the question, please select the raise hand option.
Alicia.
Alisha, please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity again. Just wanted to know by when do we now expect Rodney Hunt to break even? Because there was still some loss in this quarter.
Last year itself, it had broken even. So if you see our type of business, in the first quarter, we have high losses. In the second quarter, we may have small losses, or we may be having small profits. In the third quarter, we make more profit. And in the last quarter, fourth quarter, we make enough substantial profit to take care of the whole year. And if it is true for Jash, it is also true for Shipad, it is also true for Rodney Hunt. So Rodney Hunt was profitable last year itself. Last year we had shown a net profit of $500,000. And this year we hope to improve upon that.
Got it. And we were considering an inorganic opportunity, which I think was at quite advanced stages. Is there an update on that?
Excuse me? I did not get you.
The inorganic opportunity that we were aggressively evaluating, I think was in advanced stages. Is there any update on that, or is there plans to close it in this financial year?
It's still on cards. We are discussing. We will only go forward if we find it worthwhile.
Any chance we can close it? Any timelines? Will it be this financial year, next year, assuming it is lucrative enough?
I am traveling for that only. Let's keep our finger crossed.
Okay, thank you.
I'm leaving for Europe this week, and that's one of the reasons is that one.
Okay.
Thank you, Alisha. The next question is from Sanjay Shah. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Pratik sir, can you throw us some opportunity what you see in US market, especially for Rodney Hunt, as far as the new orders are concerned? Now, we have graduated enough to bid for some big orders which we restricted previously, or we are not eligible, I may pardon. So is there any opportunity to see on that side, and are we going for that?
Sanjay ji, we are bidding for a job, single job, which is of $18 million. And we are the only gate company which has been named in that project. So now slowly things have started changing. In fact, few multi-million-dollar projects, we are already named now and we are able to bid for it. The results will come hopefully within next 2-3 months. And once those results comes, you will understand that now we are going on to the top league in America for this type of business. So I think we have reached a level where people are now relatively confident of going for us.
That's great, sir. So what are the challenges you see in doing business in US market, especially from Rodney Hunt, and how we are mitigating it?
Manpower is our biggest problem in America. We are not getting welders, we are not getting fitters, we are getting nothing. We have a lot of orders and we sometimes don't know how to execute them because of the people problem. And that is one of the reasons why we are opening up a plant in Houston, where we expect to have more people available for production.
So what will be the capex we will be incurring at Houston, and by what time will be ready from that side?
So the plan is that by September this year, we will complete the expansion at Unit 2. By March next year, we will complete the expansion in Chennai, the new plant in Chennai. And then we start, after these two works are done, we start at the Rodney Hunt plant sometime from next year, middle of next year, and complete it by March 2025. And the overall investment at Rodney Hunt would be between $2 to $3 million, bearing the cost of the land which we'll be paying this year, which is around $500,000. Sanjay ji, we are not
Yeah.
going to do a big bang expansion anywhere. We will only do partial expansion. And
Right.
once the business starts coming in and once we feel that we need to do further expansion, then only we'll do. So America, we will like to cap at $3 million.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Really helpful. And good luck to you all.
By the way, Sanjay ji, when we do the Houston expansion, the plant in Orange would still be operating. So
Okay.
even if we do the Houston expansion smaller, it will not affect us output wise.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A gentle reminder to all the participants to ask a question, please select the raise hand option. The next question is from Mr. Dilip. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Pratik bhai, two questions. One is hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we are.
Our investment, considering that we'll do 430 this year and around 500 plus next year.
Sir, वापस आ जाओ आप raise hand करके.
Hello.
Yeah.
There's some crosstalk.
Yeah, there was. You can go ahead.
Yeah. So the way I look at Pratik bhai is next 3 to 4 years, our investment is not going to be more than 25, 30, 30, 35 crores on an average. And our cash flows will be far better. So any idea, any plan on the dividend distribution policy, Pratik bhai? What is the policy we have on dividend distribution?
I would like to gradually take the dividend distribution to around 72% at par value. So which I consider, we are not talking from point of view of the market value. I am talking of par value of share, which is 10 rupees.
Yes.
So my intention is to increase the dividend over a period of time to at least 72% of par value next 2 to 3 years. And thereafter, we can think of if the investment requirement is not there, thereafter we can think of higher dividends in proportion to the earnings.
Sure.
But for next 3 years, we still need to invest gradually close to 45 to 50 crores.
Understood. So our visibility is around 7 rupees for the peak in next 3 years. Good. Yeah. So which is a good thing. I know that we are investing into the business, and that brings to me my second question. Is there a noise?
No, so we are already at half of that. And if the continuous improvement in profitability is seen, we will gradually increase to 72%.
Sure. Yeah, 72% is 7.2 rupees because of our base value is 10 rupees. Yeah, fine. The next question, Pratik bhai, is India business. While it's good that it's humongous and it will obviously give us a lot of leverage. My experience has been in the past, the India business comes with a lot of problems. Working capital, delay in decision making, then the customers don't pick up. Even large customers like L&T, mostly there's a back-to-back payment, and the customers are municipalities and all. So how do we so is there some way the management is thinking of de-risking the receivables in this business?
See, my experience is, suppose you have got 200 crore orders in India, 10 crore of orders will always get stuck. Whatever you do, may get stuck with good companies, may stuck with good municipalities, may get stuck with bad companies, anyone. So the risk which we think of is less than, I would say, 5 to 10%. So if there is a 5 to 10% risk of order getting stuck or delayed, I say it is a fair risk in the type of business we are in. In infrastructure, it's very tricky. A change of government also sometimes results into huge chaos, and that is why we have decided to focus more on projects outside India than in India. But these projects which have been announced as huge, These projects have been placed on companies which are financially sound. But if it is L&T, then you are right. We have to see all sort of music from L&T because they are so big that they don't listen or they don't care for small suppliers.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there some way like, selling out the, the receivables or bill discounting, something of that sort? Would that
do
help?
all those things. We ought to do all those things. But one thing you should understand, which helps us not getting exposed more than 5-10% is our order of suppose 20 or 30 crore may be delivered in 15 or 20 lots. So every time you are delivering material, it is 1.5 crore, 2 crores. If you don't get payment for that, you stop all subsequent activities. And so my exposure always get limited.
And reduce the risk of the single party.
Yeah. My only worry is that current deals that we are seeing in the market, like the Mumbai deal, they will be 50-60 crores. Each deal will be 30-40-50 crores. That's where the worry comes.
But the delivery would be going in 1, 2 crore, 3 crore segment only. So my order of 40 crore also may be having 10 or 12 or 15 dispatches. So if someone does not pay you for the first dispatch, the worst hit I would have is material of first dispatch is at my hand and 50% production of the second dispatch is already done. So my exposure would be 4.5 crore. That's why I said our general exposure in a very bad time also has never been more than 10% of the order position.
Okay. Understood. Thank you, Pratibha, and all the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Didi. The next question is from Mr. Zaki Nasir. Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Zaki, we can't hear you. Maybe you can type out on the chat box and. Seems there is some technical issue.
I think Jack is not able to connect.
Yeah. There is one message from Bhavya. Given that the majority of your revenue is generated in the last quarter and any future capital expenditure will be based on the quarter performance, do you consider this to be a risk? Is there any solution to this?
I don't think we have a very credible solution to this. The reason is, as you know, most of our deliveries are capital goods, and these are going to government or industry. And as the year ending in most of the countries where we are is 31st March, all the accumulated deliveries takes place in the last quarter. There is no risk as such. We have been doing this for last 40-50 years. All the 60% of our revenue comes in the last quarter. Because all the products are pre-approved, designs are based on our products, it is not possible that a project can be completed without our goods. And so we don't see any big risk in delivering such a huge amount of orders in the last quarter.
Thank you. Anyone wishes to ask the question, please select the raise hand option. That was the last question, it seems. I'll request Pratik sir for a closing comments.
So thank you everyone for attending this meet. I'm sure you will be happy with the results, and I look forward to meeting you again when we announce the result for the next quarter and for the financial year. looking to what we have achieved in the past, in the last quarter, I am sure we will all look forward to a much better improved results in the next quarter. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any additional questions, you can reach out to us anytime. We wish you a good health and look forward to seeing you again in the next quarter. Have a good day.